Good evening, folks. Going to do a quick review on a book that I purchased this week. It's from Cavalier Books. I'll put the link in the description. And it's a mini campaign for the 18th century. Although there's no reason why you couldn't use it for the period as well. It's written by Charles S. Grant and Phil Ollie. The figures that they use are the imaginations figures. But like I say, there's no reason why you couldn't use historical figures and different periods as well, and different scales if you want. This is done in 28mm, but there's no reason why you couldn't do it in 15, 20, even 6. So it's 5 battles, and they're all linked in a mini campaign. So you could fight them as the campaign, or fight them as the individual battles. And the battles range from smallish sized battles to the I suppose the highlight being the main battle of St Michel. It starts off with the mini campaign starts off with an invading force taking a bridgehead. That's the first battle. The second battle is the defenders delaying the invading force, basically along a valley. With the third battle being the main show as such, which is the main battle of St Michel, where the attackers have to basically take over the town and capture the treasury of the defending forces. And then the remaining 2 battles are, one is defending the bridgehead that you previously got in battle 1, so that is dependent on how many forces you left behind at the bridgehead to defend. And the last one is the invasion force going back over the bridgehead, obviously going back to their own country or state. So what's good about it as a mini campaign is that you've got to take into account that casualties do count. So you can't just go hell for glory, just throw battalion after battalion into a town if it's going to end up you losing 75% of your battalions because the casualties are carried on. So it brings that into it, and that's why I like campaign battles, because it gives you, it's not just a one-off battle where you don't have to worry about how many casualties you're going to take in a mini campaign or a larger campaign. You've got to take that into effect, and it does make you think different, and it does change the way you do your tactics. So let's have a quick look at it. The front cover, you can see there's some pictures of the figures they use. You recognise them from the war game rules. It's pretty much all in black and white apart from the front cover and the back cover. And you see there, that's is a article from the Lorraine Chronicle, and that's what I like also about this book is there's a lot of fluff in there. There's interesting perspectives from the opposing generals, and also there's like newspaper reports and such take into effect of what the battles have done. So that's a list of the actual forces that you'll need. This like the total forces. Then you'll see there is a list of which scenarios, or teasers he calls them, require how many of which type of force, which type of unit. And then we go into the actual. There's a bit of fluff about the generals, and obviously it's imagination, so it's it's all very colourful. And then the actual battles themselves, you've got a setup guide, you've got a situation report, obviously the mission, and then the units that you'll be using on the actual battle. Whether it's some will be changing as you go on, because there'll be percentages of them will be lost because of previous battles, or there's options here to fight the battle as a standalone battle. So that's the bridgehead one. So you see there another article from the Lorraine Chronicle. and it's an enjoyable. I mean, I've not fought any of these battles yet. I do need to build up a couple more units yet before I can tackle them. But just reading through it is it's a nice read, and really gets you gives you inspiration, definitely down the imaginations period, if you want to call it a period. And Charles S. Grant is obviously very much into it, and some of these ideas are great. And it's like I say, it is in black and white, but it is full of pictures about the battles that they did. They obviously they played these battles as a tester with the view of writing the book. So you get a full description of how the situation was for them, and how the scenarios went for them. So it's yeah, I'd highly recommend it. It's roughly about 50 pages, I believe. Yeah, about 50 pages. It's really enjoyable. It's an enjoyable read, even if you don't start doing the battles. And it'll definitely gives you inspiration to build up your own forces. I believe they've done about 3 of these books. I think this might be the second one. I'm not sure. Well, they've definitely done 3 of them. So this is the only one I've got. But I would definitely look into getting one of the other ones. And like I say, I do like the idea of a mini campaign. And this, I mean, a little book like this, I think it was like £15–16. Not quite sure. I think it was like £16. I think it was. I mean, it gives you all the scenarios, and so you've got 5 battles there. It certainly gives you some info to do those battles, and I think it's definitely value for money. And I will be looking at the other ones. But there we go, just a quick review. Highly recommend it. It's from printed by Cavalier Books. I'll put the link in the description. And happy gaming. Cheers.